the ISA-1 Digital, the classic Focusrite Mic Pre, and simultaneous DI. Now with class-leading stereo ADC as standard.
We're here at Messe on day 3 with Eric Persing from Spectrasonics, and he's going to tell us all about some significant upgrades to Trillian, I believe, and also some very magical, if you can see this, iPhone apps to help control all this stuff.
Yes,
so
indeed.
First of all, about the Trillian upgrade, is this actually shipping now or is it imminent?
It's Trillian and Omnisphere, and it'll be version 1.3, and that'll be available on April 20th.
Okay.
And it's a free download, and like the iPhone app, that's available now, and that's also free on the App Store.
Yeah.
So and there'll be a lot of new sounds and all kinds of stuff in the 1.3.
Well, thanks, Eric. We'll let you take us through the new features.
Okay.
Thanks
Excellent.
very much.
Thanks.
Okay, so we're introducing the 1.3 update for Omnisphere and Trillian here at Musikmesse. And this is a really cool feature update for both Omnisphere and Trillian. In fact, we just released 1.2 last month, which brought our whole product line up to 64-bit on both Windows and OS X now. So we have full 64-bit compatibility across the whole product line. And now we're introducing some really cool new features and sounds that'll be available next month in the 1.3 upgrade. So I'm going to show you what some of these things do real quickly. Let's start with the Trillian Total Bass module. And this is our ultimate bass machine. It's the ultimate machine for acoustic, electric, and synth bass, all three kinds of bass sounds. And there's something I want to show it's a new feature in 1.3 with the electric basses, which is really cool. One of the problems with electric bass is sometimes you can have the best samples in the world, but you can still have it not sound realistic because you're playing it from a keyboard. And if you play a line, let's say like this, that could sound real good because it's a very keyboard-esque kind of playing style. But one of the things that even a beginning bass player can do, and is so common to especially rock bass playing, is just a very simple do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And that's incredibly difficult to do on the keyboard. So if I just play, and it just doesn't sound that realistic because the notes are separated, and so you don't have you don't have the string ringing through those notes like you do on a real bass. So how do we fix this? Of course, we have a sustain pedal, and if we use a sustain pedal on a bass sound, this is what happens. It's just a big mush. So nobody ever uses a sustain pedal on bass. But we have a new kind of sustain mode, because the normal kind is more like a piano style where the notes overlap. But we've got a second sustain mode now in version 1.3. So let's select sustain 2. And what that does is it cuts off the previous note. So it's great for bass playing. So now I'll play the same thing. So it makes a big difference in the realism, and it's very easy to play. Another thing that's cool is that it's actually polyphonic. It's not just a monophonic retriggering. So I can hold like that note down and play. So that's really cool. It also works great on any kind of the basses that are in Trillian. And of course, there are a lot of different kinds of basses. There's actually over 60 different kinds of basses in Trillian, electrics alone. So let's check out how that new sustain mode works on one of the funk sounds. Because on this particular bass sound, you have if I play it soft, I get one kind of sound, more meaty, and then the harder I play it, the hand position moves to the bridge, and then you get a little bit of the thumb and then a little bit of pull. So you can hear how much detail is in the sound. This is just one note. I'm just repeating the note. And so I have legato. So instead of just having, I can have. So that's a little bit of the studio funk. Again, there's so many. I could be here all day playing all the different kinds. But this technique also works great on the acoustic. And the acoustic bass in Trillian is the most detailed acoustic bass ever. There's over 20,000 samples in this one sound. Every velocity has multiple round robins. You've got up to 20 different samples per velocity on the. It's incredible. It's really crazy. And so let me play a little bit of that for you. Slide up. Okay, so that's just a little bit of the acoustic, and you have all different microphones you can mix. You have DI mixing. You can control how much release there is. So super detailed. It's also an amazing. Trillian is incredible synth bass too. It's really powerful. Let me show you a little bit of how this works. We'll take a sound like this. Okay, let's take and filter that. Put a little smoke on there. You have a lot of different sound design possibilities. Let's add a, let's go to something like an MS-20 here. And maybe CS80. That's kind of a cool sound. Okay, and let's put a little FM on here. And these are what we call custom controls. So we can add change the sound in significant ways. One of the most interesting things you can do is, in addition to just selecting different sounds, of course you got all the great mini mode kinds of. All different kinds of patches like that. But you can also combine them in live mode, and you can see that I'm switching the sounds here. From keys, and I can have any combination. So if I wanted to have, let's say, the CS80 and the Mini Moog, I just play those two keys. Let's put some different sounds together here. Powerful synth bass. It's all the same instrument, and this instrument's available now. It's €229, and it's just killer.